I'm doing this week differently. I know last week, a little bit dark, I was irritated. I was kind of angry at, well, a lot of different things. So this week I'm doing Super Happy Bright Fun Time. And in honor of Super Happy Bright Fun Time, all of our news articles today will be... So, where are we? Okay, we're doing this full screen. Hopefully that will improve the resolution in the computer thing. Yes. Right, so this is going to be a garden spot right here. What we're actually going to do is we're going to dig this down a little bit. This is going to be a... motherfucker. I mean, Super Bright Happy Fun Time. Don't throw it, you dicks. I mean, Super Bright Happy Fun Time. Yay. I'm going to dig a hole here, and then I'm going to pick, and that's just going to be great. Super Bright Happy Fun Time. Okay. So, thusly equipped. Alright. Fuck. Super Bright Happy Fun Time. My first article is from IO9. It's some really good news about snipers. It's a series of pictures, and in each one of them, the snipers have rifles pointed directly at the camera. They were released by the German army as sort of a, hey, look how cool we are thing. And anyway, if you have a friend who feels like they're better at picking random snipers out of pictures on the internet that you know have snipers in them, it might be a good article to pass along. And also, if you have a friend who also likes to complain about the resolution of photographs on the internet, right? This is also for you. My favorite comment here is a guy who says that not only did he perfectly spot every single one of the snipers in the picture, but also the picture's resolutions were awful. So his message to the world is basically, yeah, I got a perfect score on this self-reported test. Not only that, but you fucked up for not presenting it correctly. It is an impressive level of fucking entitlement. Anyway, it seems like he is president of the island of completely insecure, self-important jackasses. If, of course, an island full of people who are that self-important and insecure could ever, elect a single person president who's not them, It's like trying to get a diplomatic victory with nothing but human players in a game of Civilization. It just doesn't work out. Let's see. Oh, what I'm doing right here is I plan on building like right above this. Oh, what you call it? A farm. Farm is what I plan on building here, and it's going to drain down here, and then it will of course drain into that big the big pit that I just made a minute ago. So what I'm doing now, see, and it'll all link to, bam, well room. Sorry, the scroll wheel doesn't work whenever I'm recording, and I do sometimes forget that. And now we got lights, torches everywhere. Can't have that. What if monsters want to come down here? I wouldn't want to be unwelcoming to the monsters. Next article. Oh, this is a bit different. It's not actually a news article per se. It is actually a comment from the Amazon entry for a can of Steven Seagal's energy drink. You see, my next submission for the Home Movie Club is a Steven Seagal movie. Sadly enough, not Steven Seagal is Against the Darkness, which I haven't seen, but I'm pretty sure is the greatest modern Steven Seagal movie. The greatest Steven Seagal movie of any time or place or universe or generation. I believe that in the future one day people are going to be able to go, hey guys, I want to see a version of Hamlet where Ophelia is played by Patrick Stewart, and Hamlet himself is played by Orson Welles, and it's directed by Spike Lee. And then the computer just goes beep, boop, beep, and it takes all their styles and it coalesces them, and then you can watch that movie. I think it'll be a glorious day. And so one day, you will be able to say, I want to watch Tron, all the parts are played by Steven Seagal, and it's directed by fucking, I don't know, the guy who did Napoleon Dynamite. And you can just be like, you can watch that movie. It'll be the future. And it'll be a glorious future. And no movie created that way is going to be better, I think, than Steven Seagal's Against the Darkness. Which, again, I want to point out, I have never seen. So anyway, I wanted a can of Steven Seagal's energy drink as kind of a, a prop for that. It's the perfect prop. I tried it once years ago. It tasted like it tasted exactly the way you would expect Steven Seagal's energy drink to taste. Exactly that way. But nonetheless, to make a great prop. But the last one was bottled, canned, whatever, in 2005. So it's probably for the best. I can't find one. But if you do find one, let me know. Regardless of price, like not regardless of price. But I recently quit drinking. Not forever, just for the near future. And since I'm not buying a bottle of vodka every other week, boop, boop, boop. Excuse me. And since I'm not buying a bottle of vodka every other week, I think I can afford to spring for Steven Seagal's energy drink. Let's see, what else do we have here? Oh. And back in the 90s, there was a RoboCop Terminator crossover created by Frank Miller and Walter Simonson. By all accounts, in credentials, it was pretty fucking good. They're going to be re-releasing it in hardcover for $25, and then, super ultra hardcover for $125. Hopefully there's a trade paperback version in the works to come a couple months, weeks later, for those of us who want to read about RoboCop fighting Terminator, but don't need like a serving tray to read that on. I might expand this, actually. I might make it just a big old gash. Because I need to drop the floor here so that I can have an appropriate amount of depth here. So I can have the water flow naturally down here. So just trust me, okay? Let me get this thing 5 back. But 4 and 5. Motherfucker. I mean, super happy bright fun time. Let's see. Oh, so on IO9, they also have again on IO9, they have an article about what countries citizens of the U.S. think are their greatest enemies, are our greatest enemies. First off, South Korea was on there, and it's astounding how many idiots in my country cannot tell one of our greatest enemies from someone who's not a great enemy of ours at all, who is actually a friend, kind of a cool bro, which is South Korea. We're cool with South Korea. We have no beef. They are an ally, and in fact, we stick around and try to help them out because sometimes America is a cool bro about things, and our military alliance with South Korea is one of our more brotastic moments. So anyway, fucking America itself was rated at about 1 to 3%, which I think is critically low given the other results of this poll. I mean, fucking some people say Pakistan. Let me just give you the top 10 countries that are on this list and cannot even be remotely construed as an enemy. Let me check. Yemen, Mexico, Libya, Cuba, Japan. 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 Let's see. Egypt. France. Every time I said Japan, just say France twice. Seriously. What's next? South Korea. No, wrong Korea. Pakistan. Honorable mention goes to Syria. Guys, we aren't even in conflict with Syria. Like I maybe for these other ones you could construe something. I mean, right? You've Al Qaeda's in Yemen. Okay, all right. PLA in Israel. Okay, all right. The PLA and Israel don't get along, and we're apparently gay married to Israel. So yeah, all right. Kind of get that. Mexico. Okay, drug cartels and immigration. Yeah, I'll give you that. Libya. Okay, Muslim extremists are in Libya. I can see that. And people are like Team America versus Team Muslims. So yeah, sure, whatever. Let's see, Cuba, communists, and they have the audacity to be right there while they do it. Also, we tried to invade them once a long time ago. The jerks. Japan. It was one time 60 years ago. Watch Frozen. Let it go. Let it go, America. Fucking seriously. Egypt. Egypt is too busy with Egypt to have any fucks to care about America. But I guess Al Qaeda is sniffing around that door, and you got the Muslim Brotherhood. And well, I just went on about America and our fucking attitudes toward Team Muslim. How dare they? Again, the jerks. Should think we're under a wall or something here. Okay. What do you next? Saudi Arabia. Yeah, okay. France is France. I mean, sometimes they don't completely agree with us. How dare they have an autonomous will and perspectives? How dare they? They call themselves our allies. Let's see what's next. South Korea. You're thinking North Korea. You fucking idiot. Pakistan. They don't like us, and there is some Al Qaeda there. So, yeah, I guess. But Syria? Syria. I mean, Syria is fighting Syria in Syria. That's the situation in Syria right now. Do you know how many Americans are fighting in Syria? None. They're in the fucking news. That's it. They're in the fucking news. Make eye contact with someone. I can't do it here because I'm playing Minecraft. But make eye contact with someone smarter than you and say, I apologize. I thought we were at war with Syria because they're in the news. That's it. That is the only reason people think that, and you're stupid if you're one of those people. We're not. No, like it has nothing to do with this. I mean, they're just dudes over there fighting each other. Strategically, everything that happens in the Middle East affects us because, everything affects everyone. So, yeah. But really? No, it's just a place. Syria is just a place right now. So, okay, what do I have to do? Russia? See, Russia makes sense. Russia is a reasonable pick for our arch nemesis. I get Russia. Like that's not a stupid person to list on there. What do we got here? Iran? Not enemies. Not even. North Korea? No. There's a great comic. I'm linking it in here. It describes exactly how it is that the antagonism between Russia and South Korea works. It's worth 1,000 words. Go check it out. Then China. Yeah, all right, China. China, like Russia, is a serious economic and military competitor with the United States. They don't have to be, but you people are idiots, and you're afraid, so you're just going to cast them in that role. Because, obviously, because you're fucking cowards, and if you have to look at someone in the eye, you think, well, they're just taking over. So... fucking assholes. Anyway, at the very least, this proves that ignorance is one of America's greatest enemies. Let's see. I'm sorry. Super happy fun time. Super happy fun time. So let's go ahead and make fun of some Muslims. Muslims issue a fatwa against going to Mars. Like I always kind of thought that fatwa was like a more violent thing, but I guess not. I guess I just don't know a lot about Islam. So fatwa is apparently a big do not from the people. So, on with this. Yeah, because apparently there's a Dutch company, and they are taking applications for people to go to Mars, right? It's a one-way trip. So a group in the United Arab Emirates, they were called the General Authority of Islamic Affairs and Endowments. They've issued a fatwa barring Muslims from living on Mars because it's a one-way trip, or because it's too dangerous. They say that all religions like to protect life against all dangers. I don't even know, man. Life is fatal. In all known cases, it is fatal. General Authority of Islamic Affairs and Endowments. I don't know if you guys knew that. I don't mean to sound like a cliched, inspirational '70s movie or anything, but life is about risks. You got to take risks if you want to do things. Okay, fine, whatever. Okay, if you're Islamic and you're not keeping up with the General Authority of Islamic Affairs and Endowments, maybe you're not on their RSS feed, which I'm sure they have for the modern Muslim on the go. That's the thing. That is what is going on right there. Oh shit. Sand. Fuck. I certainly hope nothing explosive or zombie-like drops in this hole while I'm doing this. And then if it does happen, it's not fake, I promise. Sorry, let's see, what's next? Oh, the Wisconsin National Guard Honor Guard is in trouble. Apparently they made the mistake of enjoying their job. Not enjoying what they do, because what they do is help bring American soldiers to their final resting place. But being at work 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, and having the audacity to take like a crazy cut-up work picture, where I guess looks like they enjoy, being with each other and working where they do and doing their job, like crazy people do when they aren't completely miserable at work 24 hours a day. But I mean, I think it's a case where people are held to a standard for a military honor guard. People think that these folks should be completely dour 100% of the time that they're at work. I think that's an unrealistic expectation. I mean, in that there is some standard of mourning that civilians would hold military personnel to. It's ridiculous, entitled shit. I mean, fuck you, you unreasonable civilians. You don't have any idea what's going on. You didn't volunteer because you couldn't be arsed. So you can shut the fuck up about how soldiers who bury soldiers can fucking act or not. And they did fuck up. I mean, someone put this on Instagram, public internet thing, with the caption, "We put the fun in funeral," which is the kind of thing you put on the back of the door in the place you work so that the civilians don't see it ever. Like you'd be a little smarter than that. It's definitely one of those cases where you're stupid for getting caught. But still, the woman who put it up has gotten death threats. And look, if you're so fucking focused on giving American troops the proper honor they have 24/7, you don't get to threaten the lives of other American troops. Like that's stupid. It's contradictory. And if you think that you can, you need to shut up and get your head examined, because you're a stupid asshole. In case you're wondering where the stupid assholes were, you need to go to your mirror. And that guy who's always mimicking the things that you do, you need to punch him just as hard as you can, because he's the asshole here. Not these guys who are just doing their jobs and trying not to let, the inherent shittiness of that job get to them. So, again, fuck you, buddy. Let's see. Alright, Super Bright Happy Fun Time. This one is about the ant on the rubber rope paradox, right? The ant can crawl at 1 centimeter per second, right? And it starts at one end of this rubber rope, which is infinitely stretchy, of course, because, physics puzzle. And the other end of the rope is attached to a car or a jet or a fast-moving elephant on crack that can move 1 kilometer a second. So the question is, will the ant ever reach the end of the rope? And the answer is actually yes, but why? How interesting. Anyway, the Online article covers all of this, including the answer. Spoilers, it's percentages, and like way more space than this. I don't even know what's up with that. Anyway, yes, this is good. Good. I need to make more axes. I need to get more water. Oh shit. I probably need to. If I mine these with this pick, I'm just gonna have to fucking smelt the iron, double smelt the iron later. No wait, no I won't. Wait, come back. Anyway, motherfucker, I need to go to the other chest. Sorry guys. Yeah, I should probably just make a local chest for all of my workspaces. I gotcha. I hear that. I can hear that. I'm going to ignore it though. Loud and clear. Totally ignoring it. Let's see what else we got here. Oh, in Arizona, the state legislature passed a law where employees, it allows people to deny anyone service in the performance of their job if it would violate their religion. Now, it's designed around kicking gay people out of Denny's and shit, I guess. But it would also let a doctor refuse to help a patient of a specific race if it was against their religion to do so. And if they were to do so, they couldn't be removed from their position by the AMA. They couldn't suffer consequences from their private employer. It would even penalize someone who tried to sue them over their failure to perform their socially defined role, which they willingly taken. It's fucked up, yo. It's fucked up. So you, as a paid employee, would be able to deny anyone of your services, provided that your interpretation of your religion made that possible. It allows you just to serve the people you like and avoid all consequences of not doing your job. And you can even do so solely on the suspicion that the person that you're refusing to serve isn't worth your service. So, yeah, might messed up. Let's see, they should just be honest about this. It would allow, for example, a social worker to deny a single mother benefits, the ability to even apply for benefits. It would allow a hotel clerk to cancel reservations for a traveling African American businessman who's made reservations. It would allow police to watch as gay teenagers are beaten to death in front of them. Now, are those things going to happen? Not likely, but those sorts of things would be legal. So, yeah, you could do those things. Let me see. It would allow psychologists to tell an abused woman that, according to the Bible, she should go back to her spouse because the Bible says to work things out. And this isn't about religious liberty. It's not even about a state seal on folks who use their religion as a rubber stamp for their bigotry. It's about a dissolution of the lines between personal and professional behavior. It claims that our social roles as people who do a job in society are irrelevant. It allows personal views to trump professional knowledge. It allows individuals to wrangle their institutional power to serve their personal tastes, ideology, and advancement. It is a long stride down the road of fuck you, I got mine policy. Super bright, happy fun time, yay! Let's commit to this. BattleTech. There's a BattleTech forum post about the use of different cultures in BattleTech. Boop boop boop. Because it's a universe set 1,000 years in the future, but of course all the cultural touchstones we have are modern. So you end up with an interesting mishmash. And for all the times I sigh out loud at the conservatism of BattleTech, it has always been a very forward-thinking game. One of the baddest-ass mech warriors from the get-go was Natasha Kerensky, a female. And for females, minorities, and even gays, they have been they've been very forward-thinking. And I don't say nice things about BattleTech ever. But they do have some fucked up shit. I mean, as a game made in the 80s featuring a space Japan, they have definitely done fucked up shit. But speaking as a gay dude, if you're gonna put a gay dude into a story, right, and it's gonna, out of innocent ignorance, perpetuate a stereotype, I'd support that. I mean, look at the producers. It's got two super gay guys in completely ridiculous roles, but the joke isn't that they're gay. They're their own characters with their own goals and motivations, and they completely work for the crazy, exaggerated tapestry of the film. Could the representation have been better? Yeah, but I'm glad they did it anyway. And that's how I feel about BattleTech's portrayal of different cultures, of their diversity. They mess up sometimes, but generally, it's simply because they're trying to represent these cultures as being existent. And, if the price of doing that is not doing it perfectly, I think that's worth paying. And if nothing else, I think they've demonstrated that they're willing to learn from their mistakes and try to make things better. Let's see, what's this one? The last one I have is from New York Magazine. And a reporter snuck into like a one percenter's ball. Is like a secret ball. He describes it as a secret ball. Certainly, they didn't want visitors there, because as soon as he got found out, dudes started converging on him. But if someone asked him who he was, and because the rules of being a journalist are you have to disclose who you are, he did. But anyway, there's a lot of immature stuff, skits, off-color jokes about people, jokes at the expense of people who weren't as rich as them, etc., etc. Contempt for the underclass, jokes with the bailout, etc., etc. My grandfather did alright for himself. He obviously not a one percenter. I wouldn't be here right now if he was. But he had some Elk Lodge stuff going on. He did some Mardi Gras stuff. And if you're going to stand on the back of a float and throw beads at people for a couple hours while wasted, there's some money going into that. So, and I know he did some immature party ritual stuff like this, which because of my age I wouldn't really party to. But anyway, it seems exactly like the kind of dumb shit that insular wealthy dudes would do. Which again, not to be the cynical, I completely predicted this guy, because I'm not that insecure or self-important. I don't know. I'm like there's some crazy frat stuff, and I'm not a frat guy, obviously, but I did go to the academy, which is sort of like the world's biggest frat with females in it. And it's hazing, and it's misogyny, and it's tribalism. That's a good word for it. Tribalism is the word I'm looking for there. That's kind of how a lot of people act behind closed doors. But then again, speaking as a white middle-class dude, maybe that's just what I'm used to. The misogyny and the the racism and the, well, I don't know if there's any racism here. I don't quite recall, but I wouldn't be surprised. I'd be surprised if there wasn't. Let me put it that way. I would be surprised if there wasn't. And I was a Boy Scout too, and seriously, this sounds like a giant drunken jamboree. And remembering that most Boy Scouts are teenage boys, that's my judgment there. It sounds immature and bigoted. But it is something I would not have predicted or described in detail before specifically learning about it. And the article's worth reading. It's a behind-the-scenes look at what the most powerful people do when they think no one's watching. And maybe that's the difference, because, I mean, I'm the guy who says that paparazzi shouldn't exist, right? That people shouldn't click on websites and they shouldn't buy magazines that use the pictures that paparazzi get, right? It's, yeah, I'm cutting down a level below the thing. Yes, right. I mean, no one needs to know what Scarlett Johansson's doing when she's A, not making Avengers, and B, not on the press junket for the Avengers. I mean, it's not any of our business. Excuse me. So, whenever you do participate in these things, you fund some a-hole hanging outside of her house trying to catch her in a candid moment so they can sell it to a shitty magazine. And, you know, again, I fucking think that's awful. And this kind of feels like it's in the same vein, but it's obviously not. This is legitimate reporting, despite a bit of an angle that the writer has on it, which is that it's so scandalous. Which, again, I guess I'm more used to it than this guy is, which is, you know, good on him. But anyway, it lines up with a lot of things I don't like. It kind of reminds me of piracy, where it's okay to steal from someone if their pockets are big enough, or it's okay to compromise someone's privacy if they have enough of it. But I don't know. I excuse because I think maybe we have a stake in this. Maybe these people do have a lot of power and influence, so it is important to know what the fuck they're up to. Not every minute of every day, but in general. I think when they get together in a group and they start talking about how they feel about, you know, the rest of us, I do feel invested in that. I do feel entitled to know a little bit about that. Maybe not on a constant basis, of course, but at some point. And in some ways it is comforting they just act like liquored up nobodies. On the other hand, it is absolutely frightening that they act like liquored up nobodies. Anyway, strangely enough, that is all done. It's everything I had. I'm just a little bit over time. And I actually got almost nothing fucking done here. Ugh, it's awful. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will catch you later.